welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. We are live on Friday night in wonderful Madison, Wisconsin at the GameHole convention. You can hear the noise in the background. I am here with the one and only Bad Mike. Bad Mike.
Thank you. Hello.
North Texas RPG. Oh, and...
Whoa, another legend of the game just walked up.
Oh, that's him. Hey, can I have your picture, man?
No.
Okay.
We have three legends here now. We had two legends, but now it's up to three.
We also have Ben, the madman, who is currently... The madman.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah, who is currently... is it interning the right word for you?
Interning, yeah. That's what I use.
Okay.
So that's fair.
So Ben Barsh, interning over at Disney. And then we have our very own Frog God...
Minder?
Minder.
Right.
COO.
Yeah.
Zach Glazer.
God damn it.
Oh, and of course, my wonderful wife, Rachel.
Hello.
See? You don't want my sexy voice when you have all these other sexy voices. So...
I want Ben's sexy voice. Ben,
What, this one?
Ben, tell us how it was like to do something that Ken Whitman never did, which is actually finish a Kickstarter. Ben just finished Nefarious.
I don't know. That's about it.
He just finished the Nefarious Kickstarter, which is a 5th edition adventure.
Level 1 to 15, right?
8.
Yep.
Oh, 8, that's right.
And
I mean, you could run it to 15. You just double the experience.
So let's say that I did not fund the Kickstarter. How do I get a copy of Nefarious? Oh, tell us a little bit about Nefarious.
Okay, so Rise of Nefarious was... How old am I? I'm 20. Okay, I'm just trying to think of timeline. 4 years ago it must have been.
I have a jacket older than you, dude.
So 4 years ago, I started DMing Dungeons & Dragons for my friends, or 5 years ago, but after running first edition modules, I thought, hey, I want to write something of myself and run it for them. So the idea of Rise of Nefarious came up, and I wrote the very it's very different now, but the pre-stage of it, played it, I loved it, I've been sitting on it for years now, and finally decided to create it a adventure out of it, campaign out of it, something that the players can do and really make memories with. So it's a first 8 level campaign for 5th edition.
Okay.
It's the big thing that I hear from people, not only new gamers, but older gamers as well, is that they don't love low levels. So I wanted to create a campaign that is not only high tempo, that is story driven, but can get you those levels in a fun way quickly, because a lot of people don't like running low levels. So it's a fully fleshed out campaign that has a great story, in my humble opinion, that brings you up to those levels.
Hope you like it.
Well, how do I get this incredible module?
So PacesetterGames.com, PacesetterGames.com, and you can get it there. 10% off if you use the discount code PACE10 the entire rest of 2018. That's PACE10. And yeah, it's up on the Pacesetter Games website. You can get the PDF or you can get the hardcover. The softcover was a Kickstarter exclusive.
Okay.
The ones I've left over are going to go to the MTX auction and Gary Hall
Oh,
auction.
thank you, sir.
So,
I appreciate that.
yeah,
I didn't even twist his arm to do that, folks.
No, that was...
That's just how nice he is.
That was
Wow.
I forgot to tell you, and now I'm telling you right now.
Oh, my God.
So,
That's so great. Here, let me kiss you.
we're on opposite sides of the table.
Okay.
Actually, no, they're sitting
No
next
kissing,
to each other.
actually.
No,
Now-
we are on
Now
opposite
they are
They're
on
quite far from each other.
Yeah, no, it was a cool experience, and people have been asking me like if it's weird or anything, but I don't. It really isn't, because I've grown up in this industry that like it's kind of almost second nature to be in publishing. So it's mind blowing seeing my name on the cover, but it's also like I worked very hard for it, so it's very personally rewarding. I was talking to Ted, if you guys know who Ted Foster is. He's an author, fantasy author, sci-fi
Yeah, so
author.
I saw him today.
Yeah, he's absolutely
nice guy. Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. I talked to him last year at GameHole and now this year, and he texts me all the time. He's like, "Hey, do you need advice? Like, how's everything going?" We talked extensively today, and people like him like really pushed me to be my best on the project. So
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty surreal having all these people backing it. It's weird. It's not something that like I've even mentally gathered yet. You know,
If you were looking for it, you probably never would have found it.
Yeah.
So the fact that you weren't looking for it is probably why you found it.
yeah.
I would like to think that I have a big part in this because
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Ben, but you rolled into your first RPG con
Yeah.
late, and your dad said, "Can he join your game because he's never really played D&D before,
Yeah.
and can you just jump in?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
And so you got handed a character sheet for B1 and Search for the Unknown.
I'd only
and
played
that was
very
your first.
little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like one of your
Yeah.
first games you ever played.
Yep.
And I must have done something right because you're still here. I hope I did. Although
Yeah, no.
I
I
do
think
remember.
he scared me into.
I do remember one scene when
awesome.
you could have saved the party
Oh,
and
yeah.
you missed like 5 times,
Yep.
which was hilarious.
I missed 5 times.
Yeah.
I don't. In a different game of yours, my character was a thief, and I refused to drop curse gems that were literally having my
I
movement speed
forgot
at
that.
like
Oh my
1,
god. Yes.
and I refused to drop them. So we've had many adventures together.
Yes.
So
But yeah, it's great to see him doing this now. That's really incredible. The last 5 years, how much you've grown, being able to do something like this. And like I said, you've actually done something a lot of people haven't done. You've fulfilled a Kickstarter, and we have people that are quote unquote legends of the industry that have yet to fulfill their Kickstarter. So
that's something.
Let's see, Ken Whitman,
Well, I wasn't gonna name names, but
Garrett
now-
Sharka, Mike Neistel fell on the sword, so you got to give him credit for that. But still, there's stuff that is very much up in arms or up in the air with those gentlemen. So yeah, no. And of course we have the silent man in the quarter tapping away.
look how important he looks over there, tapping on his little device.
I was just sharing out. What I'm doing is I'm sharing out that Frog God Games, Mike Ballaro lassoed Steve Winter into running the Mouth of Doom, and I was thinking to myself, what a surprise that is. I'm pretty sure that my name is on that game, and to show up and have Steve Winter, what a disappointment. I mean, what a letdown, honestly.
Well, the most organized man in gaming, that's just child's play to me.
Yeah, no, that's
to be
true.
able to get Legend Steve
I
Winter.
went by the game and I asked people, and they were really excited the fact that, the guy I know, he started working on Star Frontiers.
Right.
He's written such things as Tyranny of Dragons, is also running the game, but did not know or did not bother to tell everybody that his module, the City That Drip Blood, was for sale at the Frog God booth. So I did my job to make sure Steve Winter was doing his. So I feel like it's a good con.
Thank you.
And also we grabbed Steve Winter yesterday to sign 30 copies of the module, something like
all we
that.
got left.
Probably less at this point. So do I.
No, I really like it, and I think it's a beautiful looking book.
So now we're gonna talk to my wife, Rach.
She just ran away. Damn.
So Rach, what has your experience been so far? Not at the convention in Madison.
Madison's an awesome town.
Yes.
Yeah.
What have you done?
I have gone to the Monona Yoga Studio to practice heart-centered yoga, and I'll be going back there tomorrow for Kundalini. And then,
What the fuck is Kundalini?
it's a sort of an energy-based kind of yoga practice.
All right.
And then I was shopping today, and I haven't yet played during this con, so who knows? Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Just checking, because I know when we left Gary Con, you tried smuggling conditioner through the TEA.
Yeah. So that's why I bought it in the airport when I was coming, so that this way it could be used and I wouldn't have more than 3.4 ounces.
You kept it in the regulation.
Yeah.
Ben, so you asked what you were doing?
taking a selfie of us. Memories.
Oh, so all right.
Where's our selfie stick? Where's that selfie stick we bought?
Tomorrow night.
Okay, we need to get it out. We bought a selfie stick.
Oh, that's right, because you guys are doing the auction here tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing the auction, GameHole Con. This is the third year for the auction. All the proceeds go to charity. And Alex, he runs this whole convention with his friends. He's absolutely overwhelmed by Saturday night. Last year, he was half asleep trying to do the auction. He realized that he better leave it to the professionals from here on out. So he asked Zach and I.
Time out. You're saying professionals, and he chose you and Zach. Now,
Well, I mean, I read the midnight auction at the RPG Con and the regular auction too. So I mean, I read into the RPG Con auction.
All right.
So I could I've done this a little bit.
You're a semi-pro.
Yeah, I'm approaching Frank Minster levels of auction. No, wait, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I got 25 more years before I get close.
And you're not Tim Cass. You're not Crocs.
No. But no, we're doing the auction, and we're excited because we have the most amazing lineup of stuff. Just the one thing, we have a first print OD&D brown box,
Awesome.
Which is just, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, there was only 1,000 ever made, and there's probably, I don't know how many left, a couple hundred maybe in the world. So yeah, we're really excited about that. But yeah, everything goes to charity. One great thing about Alex's convention, GameHole, is they do a lot for the community. They raise, I don't remember the exact number, so I don't want to speak out of turn, but they raised thousands of dollars last year for charity, and they're going to do that again this year.
Socially responsible.
Brown box, the first print, right?
Yeah, I just said that. Where were you?
No, but that alone is going to make more than made all last year, I think, because the price has gone up so much.
That'll go for several $1,000s.
If not more.
What is that sitting at right now?
The price?
Yeah.
I have no idea what the value is. It's all auction.
We auctioned off a third print last year.
Yes.
Though it was beat up.
Second.
It went for it went for a couple $1,000.
About 4.5.
Yeah, it went about 4.5.
I think a first print would go like 20.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
Considering the crowd that we have here,
Yeah.
but and
It's a pretty good
we haven't seen the condition, but it came from Scott Brand, so I'm almost positive it's beautiful.
It's good, decent condition. He said all the stuff.
I'm
all
sure
the stuff
my
he
wife
gave.
won't mind when I spend $18,000 on it.
She will not mind at all.
I will not be held accountable for any of that.
I'll go to bat for you. I'll defend you for that to my death.
Yeah,
I mean to your death.
To my death. Yeah, I know exactly.
I really want one, so if anyone wants to write a check, you can find my Twitter.
Go fund me for Ben Barsh for
He likes
buying
to
a
take
brown
super
box.
chats for up to $12,000.
Try not to bounce that check. All right. We're going to wrap up for today. Tomorrow, I will try to find others, or maybe the same individuals to be able to wrap up after the auction. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. Had a couple of the taverners, not just from the blog side, not just from the Discord side, but listening to the podcast. They came by and mentioned it. I was very happy to meet and greet people and shake hands. If you were at GameHole, I will be running a game tomorrow from 9 to 12 or 1. And then I'll be at the Frog Guy table. I'll be there again on Sunday. So that's where to find me. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Be well. God bless.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom. My mother doesn't listen.
Mine doesn't.
There you go. And we'll stop in with you all again tomorrow. Later.